2 million students take at least 3 national examinations to qualify for tertiary education in Nigeria. About 70% of these students fail these exams every year. By failing these exams, many young Nigerians do not qualify for tertiary education. This leads to poverty and unemployment. Youth unemployment in Nigeria is about 55%. Without tertiary education, many Nigerians may engage in vices such as armed robbery, prostitution, militancy, Boko Haram in northern Nigeria, and kidnappings in southern Nigeria. This is a story about a young entrepreneur who went from humble beginnings to create one of the most innovative companies that helps students qualify for tertiary education.
I'm the CEO and co-founder of pass.ng. I got the idea back in university. That was my 400 level, my fourth year in university. I studied computer science and engineering. So a lot of people I discovered in Nigeria are failing the examination. Typically about 70% of candidates who sit for examinations in Nigeria fail every year. And there's this particular exam that they all fail, which happens to be JAMB. JAMB is like the pre-college examination everybody takes for you to get admission into university. And in fact, some of my friends failed it. A very close friend, my best friend, failed and had to write the exam 3 times. It touched me and I felt it's a great problem like I can solve. So talking with my friends one day, I thought if there's a platform that helps students to prepare ahead of the examination, like a self-personalized tutor, where I can go in there and then study basically for the examination. I discovered one thing: about 65% of questions during the exam are repeated questions. So if students could master and read very well and as well practice to test what they've read, if they really know it with those past questions, then they stand a chance of passing the exam better.
With his idea already formed in his mind, Samson and his friends started talking about creating an app, but they had no money. They were weighed down by the pressure of their schoolwork. Then they heard about an app competition.
MTN, who happens to be the leading telco around that period, they announced it, went online, and they were luring developers to come on their platform, develop apps, put it on the MTN App Store, and for competition's sake, in a bid to win ₦1 million grand prize and a car. So we were in university. That was a lot of money to us back then. We said, okay, fine, let's compete in this application contest. So we developed our own app too. That was when we developed the JAMB itself, and then we placed it on MTN App Store. Because MTN were promoting it, so there were people coming online to check which app they want to download.
Samson's app quickly reached 150,000 downloads, even though the app didn't win the MTN competition. Samson and his friends ran into new challenges as they could not support the traffic.
150,000 downloads for a programmer turning an entrepreneur was a very great success. But the reality dawned on us when we were out of cash. And so we thought about it like, people downloading this thing, how could we make people pay for it? And we employed a freemium model. That means we gave them something for free, and then we asked them to pay to access all the features in the application. We billed them 300 naira. So people had to go to bank, pay 300 naira to us, and we sent them a code that they could use to unlock the application. And so people were complaining about about our system then, because they had to go to bank. Some of these banks are now closer to the students, and they had to spend an extra money going to bank, maybe 500 naira getting to bank just to pay 300 naira. So they came up with this other way and told us that we just have to accept MTN recharge card from them. We had no option because we don't want them to fail as well too. So they started sending us MTN recharge card, which we used. At the time, we have about 100,000 recharge cards on our mobile phone. We don't know how to convert it. We can't call MTN to deposit it into our bank account. They won't do that. So we had to go on the street, and in exchange for, we had to sell it to a local vendor on the street at a very minimal price, maybe a 50% cut. But all in all, we are very happy because we were able to touch some student life around that period.
As a result of the very cumbersome process Samson and his team implemented, many frustrated students stopped using the app. Facing the loss of many users, Samson and his team kept improving their app using the little revenue they earned. Then they heard about another app competition, but this time it was sponsored by the federal government.
And there was a publication from the Ministry of Education going through all universities that they should come up with some educative applications and showcase it at the forthcoming event at the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. So one came to our school, and once it got to our school, they forwarded it to the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and the lecturers had to call us, and we guys that always represent the schools like, hey, there's another one, you guys have to go make the school proud in this one. And so already we've developed the application, I already have the idea, and I told my teammate, I said, hey, come on, let's go present this application. We got down to Abuja, and coincidentally we had the JAMB people there on board too. They came to demo their JAMB CBT software, and we also came with a solution that could help students prepare well for the CBT examination. So we demoed it, we showcased it to them, and we came second nationwide. We were very happy. We made the school so proud, and the Minister of Education had to come around, give us some gifts, some cash prize. We're so happy that we forgot to even snap with the Minister of Education. It was so funny until we got home and we remembered that we didn't take any snapshot.
Buoyed by their newfound fame and success, Samson and his team began thinking about ways to expand their app to reach more users. Then they heard about a new startup fund that was seeking to invest $1.5 million in startups. Samson and his team jumped at the opportunity.
Okay, as a software developer, a lot of people do call me to handle their project for them. So a friend called from Lagos while I was in school and said, hey Sam, I need you to help me build my mobile application. He saw the one we created, and he also wanted something similar. So while we were conversing, he said, by the way, do you know 440? I said, no, I don't know 440. What does 440 mean? He said, the venture capitalists, they're looking for interesting ideas to put in their cash in. So I looked up 440, I checked on their website, and immediately I registered I filled in the application form, and I got an invite for the interview. Funny enough, the guy who told me about it also, didn't even register for it. Maybe he forgot or whatever, I'm not sure. But the guy helped us, gave us the information, we registered for it, and then we got an invite for the interview.
Samson knew that they needed help. His app had a complicated payments process. It generated little revenue, and it was still losing users. These challenges motivated Samson and his team to prepare hard for the interview. They prepared slides, wrote business plans, developed business models, and crafted a compelling pitch.
On getting to the interview, it was very, very different from what we thought about. It was less semi-formal. The whole presentation I made, they never used it. There's no, let's just talk to you personally, and then we started. The experience was great. We got to talk to Chika and Christine there. We thought it would be very formal. It wasn't. It was semi-formal. So we felt very comfortable and more relaxed. They made us feel very relaxed. They asked some questions that we never thought about. Some questions like, as an entrepreneur, I know these are the questions that we should always ask ourselves, but because we were programmers then, we never thought about it. So they opened our eyes to some even interesting things we could consider in the application. So the experience was good. Yeah.
Samson and his team were later selected by an investment fund, and they got admitted into a 3-month program to scale up their business. They hired more staff, changed their company name, and got more money from investors to reach more users.
During our incubation in 440, we got a partnership with the Health Network. Health Network has been a big impact, has had a big impact on us, a tremendous one, I must say. All our billing problem where users had to go to bank to make a payment has been solved. So we now have a synchronous system working on our platform whereby people could make payments right from their credit balance on their phone. That helped us a lot. Was able to scale faster. We were able to reach more things because the telco was able to do some PR for us. And we were able to also grow our revenue, but most importantly, we were able to touch a lot of lives in Nigeria. The typical scenario we have is 70% of people failing, but when we conducted a research on about 1,000, we conducted a survey of 1,000 of our users, and we discovered that 60% of our users actually passed their examinations. That means we were able to reduce failure rates from 70% to 40%. For us, that's not where we're going, but it's a very good indication that our product is impacting lives in Nigeria, and the students who uses it could testify to the fact that it helped them a lot in the very